When we gaze at the night sky, lost in the immensity of space, we are confronted with a profound sense of perspective. The universe unfolds before us, a tapestry woven with stars, galaxies, and cosmic mysteries that dwarf our everyday concerns. Earth, our home, appears as a fragile blue dot suspended in the vast, inky blackness of the universe, a tiny oasis teeming with life, a precious jewel in the cosmic ocean. Yet on this tiny world, brimming with potential, we create both breathtaking beauty and devastating conflict. We build monuments to peace and innovation, while simultaneously engaging in acts of war and destruction. Recent tensions in the Middle East, especially the escalating rhetoric and actions between Iran and Israel, serve as a stark reminder of how easily peace can fracture, how quickly diplomacy can collapse under the weight of mistrust and historical grievances. From a cosmic view, from the vantage point of a distant observer, our divisions and squabbles might seem trivial, almost absurd, compared to the fundamental unity that binds us as inhabitants of this shared planet. Still, the weight of history and the complexities of political maneuvering continue to fuel disputes that ripple across the globe, impacting countless lives and shaping the future of nations. The Middle East's conflicts are not isolated events. They are deeply woven from the threads of ancient history, the realities of modern politics, and the unwavering power of deeply held beliefs. There are no simple heroes or villains in this narrative, just a complex web of motivations, fears, and aspirations that drive the actions of individuals and nations alike. To truly understand the situation, we must set aside our preconceived assumptions and actively seek to grasp all perspectives, even those that challenge our own beliefs. Fear clouds judgment and fuels irrationality. Instead, we need calm analysis, reasoned debate, and the unwavering application of logic. By carefully studying historical patterns and analyzing available data, we can better comprehend the underlying causes of today's challenges and anticipate potential future outcomes. This analytical approach doesn't ignore the very real suffering caused by conflict. It aims to find a sustainable path forward, a path paved with diplomacy, understanding, and a shared commitment to peace. Today's Iran-Israel tensions are rooted in decades of shifting alliances and rivalries. The 1979 Iranian Revolution transformed Iran's stance, turning former cooperation into deep opposition. This rivalry is entangled with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, itself a struggle over land, identity, and history. Iran's support for Palestinian groups adds layers to the regional standoff. Recent escalations are not isolated. They're moves in a long strategic game. Understanding context is crucial. These are not random events. Behind every headline are real people, Iranians, Israelis, Palestinians, living with the consequences. Recognizing their humanity is the first step toward empathy. The world watches with bated breath as tensions simmer across the globe. Could these escalating tensions, fueled by regional conflicts and geopolitical maneuvering, ultimately spark a global war? The question hangs heavy in the air. A global war is not inevitable, but the risk is undeniably real and present. The stakes are incredibly high, demanding careful consideration and strategic action from all involved parties. Today's world is deeply interconnected on multiple levels. Major powers have a significant stake in maintaining stability and preventing widespread conflict. The intricate web of global relationships means that any disruption can have far-reaching consequences. A regional war, even if contained initially, would inevitably disrupt economies worldwide, impacting trade, supply chains, and financial markets. The ripple effects would be felt across the globe. This interconnectedness makes escalation exceptionally costly for all nations involved, regardless of their direct participation in the conflict. The economic repercussions alone could be devastating. Yet, the existing network of alliances, while intended to provide security, also complicates matters significantly, potentially drawing more nations into the fray. Israel, for instance, maintains a strong and unwavering alliance with the US, receiving significant military and diplomatic support. Conversely, Iran finds support and partnership with Russia and China, forming a counterbalance to Western influence in the region. Consequently, a localized conflict could quickly draw in these global powers, transforming the region into a proxy battleground where larger geopolitical interests clash. AI analysis of past conflicts consistently reveals that wars often originate from miscalculations, failures in communication, and a lack of clear understanding of the other side's intentions. Each military strike or retaliatory action, however small, inevitably increases the risk of a dangerous and uncontrollable spiraling escalation. However, the future trajectory is not yet set in stone. Critical decisions made by world leaders in the coming days and weeks will ultimately shape what happens next. Therefore, diplomacy, open channels of communication, and a willingness to compromise are the most effective tools available to avoid a catastrophic outcome. While the threat of escalation is undeniably real and concerning, so too are the opportunities for de-escalation, dialogue, and a peaceful resolution to the ongoing tensions. AI analyzes conflict without emotion, a stark contrast to human reactions. It approaches disputes with a cold, calculated perspective. There's no anger, fear, or bias clouding its judgment. It remains objective, a neutral observer in the midst of heated disagreements. It processes vast data, an immense ocean of information. News reports, historical records, official statements from various sources, and much more. AI meticulously tracks language, the evolving narratives, and underlying patterns, revealing how each side strategically frames events to sway public opinion. It sees the conflict as a complex system of actions and subsequent reactions, categorizing them not as inherently good or evil. AI can spot dangerous feedback loops where escalation relentlessly feeds on itself, amplifying the conflict. It highlights critical moments when carefully chosen words calmed tensions, diffusing potentially explosive situations, or conversely, inflamed them, pushing the conflict further. But AI, for all its analytical power, can't truly feel the sting of loss or understand the profound depth of human suffering. Its unique strength lies in offering a detached, data-driven map of the conflict, free from emotional influence. This objective map helps us see beyond the limitations of our own emotions and inherent biases, providing a clearer path forward. AI's analysis reveals a simple truth. People everywhere share basic hopes. Across cultures, families want safety, peace, and a future for their children. Conflict hides this shared humanity, fueling division. AI can highlight common ground, showing that grief and hope are universal. Its role isn't to take sides, but to broaden our perspective. By presenting multiple viewpoints, AI encourages critical thinking and empathy. AI can't end wars, but it can help us see the patterns and values we share. In the end, peace is a human task, but AI can help us find the way.